Hey, what's going on, everybody? TaylorMade Hoops live and direct once again, coming to you with TaylorMade Hoops Coach's Corner. Hey, today I have a very, very special guest. Let me go ahead and give a little background on Coach. Coach is entering his second season at his current school. He has over 200 career wins as a head coach, three state regional appearances as a head coach, 6 district championships as a head coach. I have no other than the myth, the legend, Coach DeMarqus James, head coach at Crowley High School. What's going on, Coach?
What's going on, Ed, man? Appreciate you having me today.
Oh, man, I appreciate you, Coach. Appreciate you, man. Hey, man. Hey, I'm gonna be there, man. Saturday, baby. I see you change that time, but I'll be there to see North Crowley. Let me ask this real fast, Coach. Will that pretty much be the pretty much we'll see who will be the district champs that game there?
No, we both are tied for second right now because we both lost to Lake Ridge. Yeah,
Okay.
so the winner of that game will continue. We'll both still be in position to have a chance to win district, but the winner of that
Gotcha.
game will create a little separation.
Gotcha. Oh, man, I forgot my boy Mitch over there, Lake Ridge over there,
Yeah,
man.
Mitch doing his thing. It's a tough district, man. Tough district.
Hey, the Marks, they talk about that, which it is, with all due respect, talk about that Duncanville, Lancaster, whatever district,
Yeah,
what have you, man. But hey, I'm just saying, Coach, I'll put y'all district up against anybody, man. That district
it's
tough,
right
man.
there. It's right there. It ain't just us three too. It's you got the other two Mansfield schools and Mansfield High and Legacy. And then you got Lake Ridge and Weatherford, who is having a heck of a season. Weatherford, I think they didn't already got about 22, 23 wins already this year. Yeah, they rolling.
No doubt, man. Well, man, hey, Coach, go ahead and let the viewers know who's tuning in today. Our objectives and points of conversation. We'll be talking about team culture with Coach, his offensive and defensive philosophy, and we'll talk a little bit about the current season, which he's having a pretty good season. Well, Coach, let me ask the first question. Where did you grow up, Coach, in your athletic and educational journey, Coach James?
I grew up in Waco, Texas. Born and raised. Went to school at Waco High, graduated in 2002. And then I moved on to play at the University of Texas at Arlington from 2002 to 2006 under Eddie McCarter, who's retired. And my assistant coach was now the current head coach at Troy University, Scott Cross. So graduated from there, took a year off, and finished up my master's degree also at UTA in 2009. And that's when I started coaching in high school, and I got in business in 2009.
Oh man, no doubt, man. Small world, man. That's my guy there, old Scott Cross, man. The man that say, hey, take the stairs, baby, not the elevator,
Yeah,
baby. And you
sure.
need the coin there. You need the coin
Yeah.
there, baby. That's my boy, man.
Mhm.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
Coach, let me ask this, man. So I know, like you say, I already knew, you played there, and your brother, he also played at UTA also, right, Cordell?
Yeah, he came. He was a redshirt freshman my senior year. So I
Okay.
was there, yeah. My senior year, he was a redshirt freshman. And then he played the following 2 years. In his second year, that's when they went to the tournament.
Okay. So
Mhm.
did you have a little bit to do as far as the recruiting of getting a Cordell, man?
Well, man, honestly, I can't take credit even before me even going to UTA. It kind of was a pipeline through Carter and my pops, which I know we're gonna get to him in a minute. Jabari Johnson went there, who played for my pops at Carter. Anthony Good,
Mm-hmm.
my cousin that played for pops at Carter, and Robert Washington. They all went to
Yeah.
UTA before me, and that's the reason why I chose to go, because I knew
Okay.
Coach McCarter through the end, and also I played with Coach McCarter's son in the summertime with Slam and Jam. So it
Yes,
just
sir.
was a circle, it was a family thing, family decision.
No doubt, man. No doubt, man. No doubt, man. I know you're big on that, man, on family, no doubt.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, let me ask this, Coach, man, growing up in Waco, man, what role did athletics play in your life growing up? How important was playing sports, Coach?
Sports was a major role, man. It actually raised me through multiple different sports, and I played, you name it, baseball, flag football, basketball, ran a little track, and I had a lot of great mentors through all the games that we played. Whether my next door neighbor to my grandmother's house, he was my first baseball coach. We used to ride with him to practice every day, and he gave us little tidbits, and all the way through, which I end up sticking with basketball. All of my little league coaches growing up, all the way up to high school, I hold near and dear to my heart, man. They played a major impact in me as a young man and helped me know who I am today.
Oh man, we're gonna get to that, man. Yeah, but no doubt, man, coaches, we important, man. No doubt. Ain't nobody like coach, man. And I'm
Absolutely, absolutely.
no, seriously, Marcus, man. That's why even though, man, I'm not on silence anymore, that's why, man, that I always, even, when I be bugging you, man, I always, coach Edmund Taylor, whatever, because I wear that hat, man, like you say, with pride, man, being a coach, that's something that's a special thing to be a coach. You
Right.
know that, man, especially, when I bump to some of ex-players, what have you, man, hey, coach, no doubt, man, it make you feel good, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a term of endearment, man. It's honor, respect to be called coach, man. It's like having your doctorate, it being called
Yes.
doctor. You know what I mean? So it's out of respect, and they always call you coach. I still call my coaches coach to this day. I
Yeah.
don't call them by their first name. Even though I'm a
Yeah.
grown man now with my own family and kids, they still coach, and they're gonna be coach, for the rest of my life.
Oh yeah. And you brought up some coach, man. It's like a sign of respect, like you said, like doctor or what have you, or like you say, you just having that grandparent or that uncle that that matriarch in the family that you just respect. So yeah, coach is cool, man. No doubt about
Yep,
that, man. Well,
absolutely.
hey, for my viewers that's tuning in, man, on TaylorMade Hoops, Coach's Corner, I have no other than DeMarqus James, head coach at Crowley High School, Waco legend, baby. Matter of fact, man, hey, coach, man, we may not want to show this, man. Man, maybe some people looking for you down in the Waco, baby. That's what you
Shout out to Waco, man. That's home, man. That's my people, Waco, Texas.
Yes, sir, man. Well, coach, let me ask this, coach, man. I know we haven't got to it yet, coach, but about your dad now, which I may be the reason why. But when did you realize that you wanted to be a coach, Coach James?
Man, so that answer is twofold.
Okay.
I kind of ran from it a little bit, but I get the exact moment when I really started thinking about wanting to coach, and that's going into my senior year at UTA. Reggie Brown, who was one of my assistant coaches at the time,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
uh, stopped me in I was at the coach's office. I don't know what I was doing there, but he stopped me and asked me, did I want to get into coaching when I was done. And he said, man, you make a hell of a coach. You follow behind your dad's footsteps. I see it in you. And I really didn't think about it at the time because I was a business finance major, man. I was thinking of going into the corporate sector. So that's
Yeah.
when I really started to kind of think about it. Um, I wanted to be a GA coming out of undergrad, but Coach McCarter's contract didn't get renewed, and it didn't work out when Coach Krause got the job. So I ended up going corporate. Actually, let me rewind. Larry Cordero, who was our one of our assistants on the staff as well, who's on Scott Krause's staff now at Troy. He when the staff kind of got dispersed, he took an assistant job at Southeast Louisiana. And I was going to be a GM. I had everything done. Uh, I had got accepted to grad school. He had got an apartment, a 2-bedroom. We were going to room together, and I was going to go be the GA there. But we found that my daughter, my oldest daughter, Jada, who's now senior in high school, we found out that she was on the way, and I couldn't leave and go be a GA at the time. So I got a regular job in corporate, kind of put my dreams of being a coach on the back burners at the time. But rewinding back, because I really couldn't fight it. It took me 2 years working corporate, and I was like, man, I got to get back around the game. I got to get back around the game. So I worked on my alternative certification while I was working in corporate, and I got back in grad school, and I finished both at the same time, and ended up having a job lined up at OD Wide as an assistant coach under Coach McFadden. And that's when I began my coaching journey. But the second part of that, which is rewinding all the way back, man, it probably hit me back when I was in the 5th grade
Okay.
when Pops had that team that went to state with Anthony
Yes,
Good
sir.
and Sylvester Lilly and all those guys, man. That that's when it probably hit me, because he would come through every year when he was assistant coach, and they make it a region every year. That was like a holiday that around that time, coming through,
Yep.
going to regions at the Pearl Center. You know what I mean? And he'd come through, pick me up in my neighborhood in the charter bus. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
Go to the neighborhood, the charter bus, pick me up, and I'm spending the whole weekend because, of course, we got to the championship game every Saturday afternoon.
Mhm.
It wasn't no losing on Friday. We won Friday night and turned around,
Mhm.
and won that first
You
year
know,
that Saturday afternoon. But looking back on it, that's when it really bit me. Being in Austin, winning that first game against Clear Lake, and then playing in it was a packed, I think it was the most selling game at the time up against San Antonio East Central. That's when it really hit me. So looking back on that, I still got the film. I got the YouTube link. That's when it really hit me that I wanted to be around the game and following my pop's footsteps. I just ran from it up until I couldn't run from it no more.
hey man, when we get to that, man, to your pops, man, it's gonna be funny for people who may not know you, which, man, hey, you big time, Coach. Everybody know Coach James, but Coach, it's funny you say that, man, because uh, coaching, especially in your family, man, it's like a ministry. Like you say, it's like a calling. Seeing everybody coaching. So that's why I kind of laugh. You say, man, I kind of ran from it. It kind of sounded like a guy, who's in the Word, who's a pastor, a preacher now. Y'all should. Man, I was running from it, man. God knocked on me, man.
Yeah,
Man.
sure. Nah, absolutely. That's true. That's true.
Well, man, for my viewers tuning in, man, you just tell me I'm having a good time, man, hanging out, man, on TaylorMade Hoops Coach's Corner with my main man, Coach DeMarqus James, head coach at Crowley High School, man. And to be honest, man, this is family here, man. This is family here, man.
100%.
Let me ask this, Coach. We finally gonna get to it, Coach. Who are some of the people that had the biggest influence on you as a coach?
I'll go all the way back to first. Like I mentioned, Ronnie Kraft was my next door neighbor to my grandmother. He was, my friends because I played with his sons and we would play all the time. And he was our baseball coach, so he was kind of like that first mentor. Because I started playing baseball before I did anything.
Okay.
And just watching him and how he went to work every day and he taught us and gave us what he could in that baseball realm. And then moving on to basketball, Coach Hall, Coach Hooks, and Coach Thomas. Tall T from Dallas that went to Maceo, his
Yes,
pops.
sir.
His pops. His
Okay.
dad. His dad
Yeah.
was one of my little
Yeah.
league basketball coaches. Yeah. And to be honest, man, to this day, I've been a winner all my life, and we started winning at a young age in basketball. We would
Okay.
make it to what you remember the BCI? We would go play in the
Yes,
BCI.
sir.
Yeah, man, and we would make it down the state and get the championship game. So we for probably 6 years in a row, all the way from first grade all the way through sixth grade, we were winning.
Yeah.
And I kind of patterned off my coaching based off how them dudes coached us.
Yeah.
And so those are some of the ones coming up before I got to high school. And then when I got to middle school, Coach Broderick Fobbs, he was my football coach. Now the name might sound familiar because he was the head football coach at Grambling. He eventually ended up being the head football coach at Grambling. But he had just got his first start at the middle school at
Mm.
Waco. So he was my coach for 1 year, and he took me and took us in, a group of me and my friends, and he would take us to Baylor's football games because his dad was assistant coach at the time.
Okay.
And I remember he would take us to tailgate and, to locker rooms and down on the field. And he kind of showed that side of it, that mentoring side and kind of that big brother uncle type side. So I take part of that and I instill that in myself as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, getting to high school, I didn't get a chance to play for my pops, but uh, obviously, getting bit and being around him from a young age and watching him coach. And I didn't say much as a kid, and I wasn't around a whole lot, but whenever I was around, I was soaking up everything. you know, it's probably stuff still to this day that he don't even know that I took from him, that I never spoke
Mhm.
about it. But you know, I everything that he had to give, and even he didn't know he was giving, I took it from him. And
Yeah.
obviously he is the biggest influence on
Mhm.
me as far as coaching in the game of basketball.
Oh man, and I tell people, man, big, one of the biggest influence, man, on me as a coach, because like you say, man, everybody know how your dad is, man. Anybody, man, that want to coach, show any type of interest, what have you, as long as he knew that, you did right by the kids, what have you, man. Coach Rob, man, Coach Wright will give you opportunity, man. I know, it's funny story, man. How to be honest, he gave me my first coaching job in high school,
Yeah.
I was coming back, thought I was, Mr. Big Shot, man. I had, was student sitting down in commerce, came back,
Mhm.
kind of similar situation to do, was gonna be the GA situation, didn't work out. So we came back home, and man, your dad, man, just a good person, man. He remembered me back from when my playing days. I played against him in high school. I played against them Anthony Good teams, whatever. I
Mhm.
graduated in '95 from Skyline, so I played against Anthony Good, Rob, Rob
Mhm.
Watchdown and boys. And so,
Mhm.
man, but your dad, be honest, he just remembered me, man. Matter of fact, he was coming back from coaching. I think he was coming back from being assistant at either UT or either George
George Washington.
Washington.
George Washington.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And he started working at Spruce
Yep.
High School out there in the Grove. And matter of fact, and I was just starting, in education, whatever. And I was working there, whatever, man. And bumped into him, whatever. After I saw, man, I was just shocked. I saw somebody walk. I'm like, DeMarqus, I'm like, they're like Rob. They're like Coach Rob. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, because how he be real low key with situations,
Yep.
whatever. So I'm like, hey, I see Rob, whatever. And like you say, man, it's funny just that he taught me one thing. He taught me this, that we're in the people business. We in the
Yep.
business of serving people, what have you. And your dad does not forget a name, don't forget a face, and he's one of the most genuine people you ever meet. So he saw me, he's like, yo, what's up? Him, yo, what's up, yo? We got to talking, whatever,
Yeah.
hanging out. So he asked me what I was up to, what happened, man, what you up to, man, boom, boom. So, I told him, about coaching, blah, blah, blah. And you know how he is. He like, yo, man, I got a AAU team, man. What I'm talking about, Dallas Slam. He said, I got an AAU
Yep.
team, man.
Yep.
We practice up there at Seekerville, whatever, like this. Him and his boy, Coach Thornton, Wendell Thornton. He's
Yep.
like, yeah, man, man, he said, won't you, he said, man, we practice on Saturday, won't you just come up there, yo? So I came up there, man, and I, just hung out, whatever, like this. Wasn't really looking to coach the team. And you know how your dad do, man. I tell everybody, he tricked me into coaching a team because I was there, whatever. You know how he be like, yo, man, yo, man, help them with the layups or whatever, man. Yo, watch somebody doing the layups or whatever like that. You know how you do it, DeMarqus.
Hey, now funny story. And I was actually there at that practice because that was my going into my senior year. I remember we used to practice at Seagoville. I remember that. But me and my brother Legend, we talk about that all the time. That he's his assistant at DeSoto. That's how Pops is. Like
Mm-hmm.
he gonna have you there, and he gonna run practice, and he ain't gonna tell you ahead of time what the schedule's gonna
No,
be, what you need to
nope,
have. Nah. Like, hey,
nah.
why don't you go over there and take them through some shooting drills or some ball handling?
Yeah,
Don't say it up, and you got to have it ready quick. You got to have it ready.
quick, man, quick.
Yeah, so that's the school of hard knocks right there, man. That's old school. I think that's an old school 5-star
Yeah,
basketball tactic. You know what I mean? That he picked up, and that I learned early. I know we're gonna get to it in a minute, but I cut my teeth through that coaching. That way of
yeah,
coaching and on the
yes,
fly and adjustments.
yes,
He
yes.
put me through that as a young kid too, myself, for sure.
And man, to go on, man. That's what you brought up a good point. That's what he did. That's what it taught me, man. So, like you said, Coach, DeMarqus, be able to adjust to any situation,
Yep.
or what have you. Where, like you say, hey, you may have a philosophy, you may have plays, what have you, but sometimes, Rob taught me, man. Sometimes, man, it's just about knowing matchups, what have you. Just simple stuff. He taught me little simple stuff that that may not be just necessarily just plays and stuff like that. Like he'll
Yep.
tell me sometimes it's simple stuff like he knew our big man was fast and they big man. He'd be like, yo, just tell him just run the floor, man. Hey, man, he too slow. We're gonna pick on him. We're gonna pick on him, man.
Yep.
So, hey,
Yep.
or what have you. But Rob's just that type of dude, man. I tell everybody, man, really looked out for me. That's kind of, where I got my high school start. And then
Yep.
coaching that summer, then he went on, go back to Carter or what have you. And like you say, brought me along, man, over there with Carter, man. We had a great ride, man. And like you say, one for him, man. Wouldn't be the coach or the person I am today, man. Yeah, coach,
Yeah,
right to
for
me.
sure. For sure.
Well, hey, guys, you can tell, man, that having a great time on TaylorMade Hoops Coach's Corner with Coach DeMarqus James, head coach at Crowley High School. Coach, let me ask this, man. Since we're still on coaching, how many years have you been coaching, and where have you coached at, Coach James?
This is my 16th year overall. Like you said, this is my second year at Crowley. I took over in 2023. Before that, I was the head coach at ODY at high school in Fort Worth for 9 years. Had a lot of success as a head coach. We had the thing rolling for a while. We were one of the top programs in Fort Worth for a long, long time. Had a lot of talent come through there, a lot of players, a lot of good coaching, assistant coaches. So we had a good time there. And then before that, like I said earlier, I started under Coach McFadden, Rodney McFadden. He brought me in, him and Coach Zachary Chris, one of the Chris brothers football. He was the athletic coordinator for the school. They brought me in fresh out of grad school as an assistant coach, and I was the JV coach and the varsity assistant for 5 years. So I ODY, I spent 14 years of my coaching life and my life there. And that's home. That's home
Yeah.
for me. But, coming over to Crowley, it was just an opportunity that I really couldn't pass up. It was like a natural progression going from Fort Worth, coming down to a suburb of Fort Worth where it's almost like the new Fort Worth. You know what I mean? All of the people are moving out here. The talent is moving out here. It's homes popping up everywhere. The district is really putting into everything from facilities to athletics to teachers to everything. And just kicking the tires on it, I really couldn't pass it up. And it's a great situation, man. I really love it here. And we was able to turn this thing around. I know we're gonna get to it, but we was able to turn this thing around pretty quickly because of the
Mhm.
talent that was already here. You know what I mean? So now I'm excited to see what we can do with it and continue to do with it.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. And like you said, Coach, man, hey, opportunity you couldn't pass up, man. I know, like you say, man. I believe it or not, I know it probably was, like you say, a hard decision for you. Decision that you had discussion with your family and things like that, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like you say, 14 years, man. Coach, that's a long
Long
time,
time.
Coach. Be
Yeah.
in one
Yeah.
place, Coach.
Long
So,
time. Long time.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then as we well know, Coach, we don't get into coaching, man, for the money or what have you. We well know, to be honest, Coach, you get into, to impact the kids, but as far as your jobs, Coach, you want to have good job security, want to work with good people. So I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure, Coach, man, you had established great relationships with people over there, Coach. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yep.
so I know you about probably like, like, man, I know Crowley is good, and
Yep.
the monetary situation may be a little better, but I ain't gonna worry about that. But I don't know who, you had to make sure you were working with good people, man. I know
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. No, absolutely. It probably took me about a good 6, 7 months really kind of get over, man. It's the people that you miss the most. You know what I mean? The people, the kids, and the environment. You like a natural habitat. But then to change that habitat that I was in for so long, it took me a while to adjust. But once I got all 10 fingers around this thing over here, man, I was comfortable.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And we got the thing rolling. So
you got 10 fingers, so you got it rolling, baby.
yeah,
All
for
right,
sure.
Coach. Well, Coach, let me ask this, Coach. We're gonna talk a little. We talked about it earlier, but is there any pressure in following in the footsteps of your father, the legendary Coach Rob Wright, man?
We call it chasing that ghost. Me and my brother, Coach Wright, call it chasing that ghost, the ghost of Rob Wright, man. Trying to follow in his footsteps, trying to be better than he is. Now, it's no pressure. It's no pressure. Part of it is because a lot of people don't know that he is my dad. You know what I mean? We got
Okay.
different last names, obviously. People that know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People that don't know. I'm over here on the Fort Worth side, on this side of 360. You know what I mean? And Pops cut his teeth and did his thing all over the country, but obviously in DISD in the Dallas area,
Mm-hmm.
he's well known. And so I'm just further enough away that I'm able to create my own lane, you know what I mean, on
Yeah.
this town. And And you know, once I started to kind of get my own success, and then people kind of put two and two together, like, oh, that's your pops. Like after the fact, you know, I kind of made my own name for myself. So to answer your question, no, you know, there's no pressure at all. You know what I mean? We all are trying to be successful and do our own thing in our own right. And that's one of the things that he told me early on. You know, just be myself. I mean, don't worry about trying to be him or whatever the case may be. So no, there's no pressure, no pressure at all.
Oh yeah. But yeah, man, but no, hey, no doubt about that, man. He definitely doing his thing, man. Doing his thing, man. Still doing his thing. He, to be honest, he inspired me, man. Cause like I say, man, I'm like, Coach, man, still got the energy, man. But he just like you say, it's my high school coach, Coach Mayo, say, man, he's a lifer. He's a basketball lifer. There's no Mayo, say,
Yeah,
he's
for
a
sure.
basketball lifer. He's a lifer, man. No
Yeah,
doubt, man.
for sure.
Well, let me ask this, Coach James. What is the biggest piece of advice that he gave you early on in your coaching career that you still use or apply today?
Well, I kind of mentioned it earlier. A lot of the things that I took from him is things that I just kind of observed and watched, and I soaked up everything like a sponge when I was around him. You know what I mean? From early on when I was in elementary school to the times when he went to state with Carter with those teams, to when he went to UT as an assistant coach, and I was around a lot then, and to George Washington when I had to watch from afar, to when he came back to high school again, you know, being around him when he was around when I played going into my senior year with Slam and Jam, and
Mm-hmm.
then just kind of following him as a coming into a young man. I took all of that from him just by observing. And then once he figured out that I actually wanted to get into coaching, then, you know, start coming to tidbits here and there. You know, we pretty much talk at least 2, 3 times a week, and I'm
Yeah.
always pick up something from him. You know what I'm saying? Just in conversation.
Yeah.
One thing I do remember is he did say something to the terms of, you know, he would take bits and pieces from everybody, you know, that he either came in contact with, coaches that he would coach with or around, or that he paid attention to, and he just kind of molded all into being his own self and being himself. So for me to be myself, you know, take little bits and pieces from everybody and mold them into myself and make my own style. That's what I would say that he gave me probably the biggest piece of advice.
Oh yeah, and I could definitely attest to that. DeMarqus, man, that's what he told me, man. When we used to hang out and chop it up, whatever, he would always tell me that, hey, I know you see what I do, you know, what have you, it's successful, whatever. He say, but you know, be yourself. He say, you know, take from everybody that you take from. He say, because everything that I use may not apply to, you know, the players or the environment or situation, you know, team that you with or what have you. So, and another thing I always took from, you know, he always used to tell me, man, I know he tell you this, he'd be like, hey, you never go wrong with fundamentals, yo. You never go wrong with
Yeah,
fundamentals. Teach fundamentals,
no, for
man.
sure.
Yeah, I still use some of the same drills I used to use with him, man, back, you know, when I was coaching at Carter, coaching Cordell, man.
Yeah.
You know, for us the pump fake, you know, throwing out the backboard catch, you know, pump fake going up or whatever.
Mhm.
All that type of stuff, man. So yeah, I still use all of that, man. Well, for my viewers tuning in, as you can tell, man, very excited, having a great time, man. Got Coach DeMarqus James, head coach at Crowley High School on, just chopping up. You know how we do it on TaylorMade Hoops Coach's Corner. Well, Coach, man, we go change lanes, Coach, and talk about a little bit about team culture. So, Coach, let me ask this, Coach James. How do you establish and maintain a great team culture in your program? And how do you maintain that culture on a daily basis, Coach?
Well, I think culture got a lot with setting the standard on what your core values are going to be, and reiterating those things every single day and not wavering from them, and practicing them and practicing what you preach. You know what I mean? So if one of your, you know, core values is commitment or enthusiasm, then you got to show commitment, enthusiasm every single day. You got to lead by example, and then you got to hold the kids accountable to it after you hold yourself to it. And eventually, you know, they say it takes about 21 days to build good habits. Eventually,
Mhm.
it'll become a habit, and you know, you'll start to see the fruits of the labor of you know, kind of nailing that culture in every single day, and holding guys accountable to it. You know, one of the best pieces of advice that I got when I first became head coach was from a guy named Faragi Phillips out from Memphis. He was Mitchell High School's head coach at the time, ended up going to Whitehaven and then going on to the college realm. He was assistant at Vanderbilt and at Memphis under Penny Hardaway. But one of his biggest pieces of advice that he gave me, because I sought him out, because I kind of followed him through social media. His biggest piece of advice he gave me was, man, you know, the biggest piece of, well, not the biggest piece, but the best thing that you can do to have the quickest turnaround is how hard you make them dudes practice every single day. You know what I mean? And that's part of coming in and establishing a culture. You know what I mean? The work ethic and how hard you got to work. So, you know, early on, man, them first 30 to 60 days are very important in terms of how you want your culture to be set. And if you can
Okay.
set it and keep them to it and don't waver from it, eventually, you know, you might not win all the games. It's always based on whatever talent that you have, of course. The better players make the better coach. But if you can set that standard and set that culture, everybody's going to see, everybody's going to pay attention to it. And before long, you'll start to see the fruits of that early labor. And then you just got to continue to build on it from there.
Okay. So that kind of explains, Coach, for anybody that may say, for instance, don't know the program and just have to see you play for the first time, like we all do. One thing that all teams do, especially even when you were in Fort Worth at ODY, is they play hard, man. You know,
Yeah.
they play hard. On both ends, man. They play hard. They tough, and teams play hard. So that's something that you say, Coach, that you do on a daily basis. If we come to your practices, we're gonna be real entertained, because we're like, man, them guys going hard. Y'all really try to simulate that every day in practice, Coach.
Yeah, every day, every day. I mean, you're still coaching, you know, 15
Okay.
to 18-year-olds. So there's
Yeah.
going to be times where us as coaches got to drag them, you know what I mean, put them on the
Mm-hmm.
line, on the stairs or whatever, just to play hard. But nah, man, that's a non-negotiable, man. You want to get on the floor for me, you gotta be able to play hard, man.
Yeah.
You can't just be a one-way guy too. You gotta be two ways, and you gotta be multi-dimensional. Right? Gone are the days where you got somebody that can just shoot. Now you gotta be able to put the ball on the floor. You gotta be able to
Mm-hmm.
rebound. You gotta be able to defend. You know what I mean? You gotta do all those things, because at the end of the day, you know, the more versatility that you have on the floor, you know, being able to play both ways, the better you're gonna be as a team and the better we'll be as coaches. So no, absolutely, yeah. We try to make sure these guys are practicing at a championship level every single day.
Oh yeah. The day I was telling somebody that, man, that we don't understand that with kids, man, it's we forget that the term and the acronym means practice. Practice means that you practicing something, like you say, to perfect it or get better at it, what have you. So that's why a lot of times I understand with coaches, like how you don't have the kids practice hard, or how you don't go hard. You get what I'm saying, DeMarqus? But in the games, you go require that, or want them to do that, or what have you. You know, it's like it's practice. So you don't understand what the word means. You know, that means, I don't get it sometimes, coaches. It kind of baffles me sometimes. I'm like, man, it just baffles me. Well, you might even ask the kid, and they'll tell you sometimes, wait, now, coach, man, we really don't practice that hard. What have I'm like, but the coach, he out there screaming, want you to, put forth this effort or what have you. It's crazy to me, coach,
Yeah.
man, crazy, man. Well,
Yeah.
coach, let me ask this, man. While we talked about a little bit, about X and O's a little bit, you kind of talked about a little bit, but what is your offensive and defense philosophy, coach? How do you like to play, coach?
Man, I'm Carter 94, 95, baby. That's how my ideal team, baby. Getting up and down the floor. We wanna score 100 points. You know what I mean? We want to be in your face 94 feet. We want to play fast. We want to play a high possession game, you know, on the offensive end and the defensive end, man. So we want to try to create as many opportunities as we can, man. And you know, that's really my ideal team. And that don't mean we might have the team to do that or the talent to do that every year. But ultimately, that's how I really want to play. You know, I want to get up and down, man, and play high IQ basketball, play together, share the ball. You know what I mean? But doing it fast, though. I want to do everything fast. And you know, we played a game against Stony Point in December, and double overtime, score was 103 to 100. We ended up putting it out. But it's high octane the whole time, man. Them type of games are fun to me. That it reminds me of them Carter teams. I'm telling you that year was a big influence on me, man. I compare dudes and teams to that year, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's how I really want to play for real.
Oh yeah, man. And anybody we ever seen him play, he's not lying, man. He wants to play fast like that. We have very exciting style of play. And you got me laughing, man, because people don't understand it. Especially the points you made about, you want to play a high possession game. You want to try to create possessions because, a lot of times coach don't realize that, coach. At the end of the day, coach, it's about putting that ball in the basket, coach. You got to put the ball in the basket.
Got to
I
score some
understand.
points.
You got to go sports,
Got to
coach.
score points. Got to.
Because hey, playing deep, hey, you got to stop, folks. Don't get me wrong, coach. You got to stop,
Yeah.
folks. But what I'm saying is, hey, if me and you, coach, we out there, coach. If me and you, coach, we too old, man. We out there playing 1-on-1, coach. And we both play good defense. And ain't nobody scoring. It's gonna be 0-0 for a long time. And one of us probably gonna get tired and want to quit. Like, man, hey, man, forget this, coach, man. You got to put that ball in the basket, man.
Hey man, it's a scoreboard for a reason, man. They keeping track of points.
Yeah.
Not stop, so they keep track of points. You like you say, you gotta be able to defend. You want to get some stops. But yeah, man, we trying to score, man. We gotta get up and down and give ourselves opportunity.
Nah, man. Hey, it's funny you say that, man. I remember, man, when I was coaching over in Pixie, man, with old Hollywood Nick Smith, man, and he always
Yeah.
used to tell the kids that sometimes. He said, "Hey, I like to score points, man. This ain't golf. The low score don't win." He said, "The high score win. This ain't golf." He used to tell the
Hey,
people sometimes.
we not here to watch paint dry, man. We want to see God get up and down and fly, man. That we want to see. Mm-hmm.
All right, coach, man. Well, coach, speaking of that, coach, it leads me into my next question. Uh, as far as about your team, excuse me. So, coach, so how's the season going? Is the team meeting expectations, man? I know it's just your second year, you and your staff second year, but how's this current season going? And are y'all meeting your expectation that you and your coaching staff, set for it?
Yeah, when I interviewed for the job, I told my AD and my former principal and the current deputy of students that it wasn't going to take long, with my current and established relationships in Fort Worth, me kind of knowing the lay of the land and knowing that the talent was here. I just needed to get over and kind of adjust and figure things out.
Mm-hmm.
And, we didn't have the greatest year last year. We were one game away from the playoffs, but we were young. We only had 2 seniors last year. And we returned a lot and ended up getting, 3 guys back that were supposed to come here out of middle school that went other places that are really talented and ended up coming back. And we were able to pretty much flip it going into
Mm-hmm.
this year, flipping it to have expectations of, winning a state championship, which hadn't been done here since 1999. And we are currently 17-9, and we're 4-1 in district. We're second place right now behind Lake Ridge. I think we're number 10 in the TABC 6A poll ranking. I think the Great American Shootout Gas, so they have us number 7, I believe, in the state 6A, and all that is being done based on establishing our culture and then again having the talent. We I know you're saying, well, we lost 9 games, but we played tough schedules. That's one of the things that I believe in. I don't believe in
Mm-hmm.
scheduling wins or anything like that, playing a bunch of home games against teams that I'm supposed to beat. Man,
Mm-hmm.
that's one thing I do take from my pops too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can play anybody, anywhere, anytime.
Mm-hmm.
Don't matter what type of team that I have. We're
Yeah.
gonna go find out how good we are or how good we not. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, if you look at my overall record, it's good, but it ain't as good as other coaches may be because they schedule wins. Oh, I don't have the team to do this and do that. No, we're gonna go play the best of the best all the time. If we can get the game, we're gonna go play it. So,
Mm-hmm.
no, I just have a philosophy of that, and we're having a pretty successful this year. I think that we have a excellent chance, maybe a dark horse chance of getting down the state and that 6A Division II. The first year of them splitting the divisions in state, I think we got a real chance of having a chance of winning them. It's going to be tough. It's a lot of good teams in that D2 in that 6A division, but I think we got a dark horse shot. I think we got the talent to do so. I think we got the belief. We got the staff to do it and the support. And we just got to keep getting better every day from here on out, and hopefully, we can put our best foot forward and see where we end up.
Oh yeah, man. And that's something, man, that people in the profession, man, there's really, true basketball fans and also, know the game. That's what I meant to say, know the game, coaches, whatever. They respect you for that, man, because coach, like you say, coach, man, you gonna put your kids in that heat, coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One thing about it,
Sure.
you gonna put them in that heat, baby. So, and you do a good job, coach. I want to commend you on getting your kids, exposure, coach. You gonna play,
Appreciate it.
in all the big events. So, what have you. And like you said, coach, you don't care what type of team you got. You may have a team where guys say, well, as a coach, hey man, we might be a little young, might be a little down this year, what have you. To you, that don't matter. You want to play, let's play, man. Let's play.
One of the big things I think helped kind of establish, people looked at me over here coming from OD Wide and they saw what I did over at OD Wide. I mean, what we did at Wide, I don't think is going to be done again at OD Wide, maybe forward ISD, because not saying that the Robert Hughes is the creme de la creme. Ain't nobody catching him and doing what he
Nah,
did. But I
nah,
took a lot of values from what he did, and in that short time we were there, McDonald's All-American nominees, regionals, Division I guys, all the way up to playing on ESPN that last year I was there.
Mm-hmm.
Coming out of Fort Worth, inner city Fort Worth district, not Kimball or SOC or them Dunbar, those historic teams that always were good in basketball. We talking about ODY playing against the Boozer twins and Columbus on the
Mm-hmm.
main stage at Glenn. Shout out to
Mm-hmm.
Glenn the Hoop Fest on ESPN. You know what I mean? So people looked at that from over here and just kind of looking from afar and didn't think I would come here. And Crowley hadn't had, like I said, that state championship success since '99. North Crowley has been the thing over here in basketball since Tommy Bracco opened up school in '98. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the biggest things I think kind of helped kind of establish that is when we brought Duncanville over here to play in a regular season game, kind of like mid-December last year. Now think about that. David Peavy, who
Mm-hmm.
been the coach at Duncanville, and they were, well, how many times they went to state? 4 years in a row, one
Forward
state
and rope, coach.
in a row.
Yes,
You
sir.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Probably would have had a fifth. You know what I'm saying? If it didn't happen the way that it happened,
Yep,
and he
yep,
came
yep,
over here, and we brought him over here to Crowley. He could have easily said, "Nah, man, Crowley, y'all
yeah,
ain't done nothing over there. Y'all need to come to Duncanville, come play
yeah,
Duncanville."
yeah,
But
yeah.
he wanted them guys that I got a lot of respect for, and I think we have a
Yep.
mutual respect because
Mm-hmm.
I never was afraid to play. You know what I mean? When I had them teams at Wild, I didn't care if we go to Duncanville every year. We're gonna come play and we're gonna make it a fight. You know what I mean? We might not come out on top, but you're gonna know that we was here. So by us bringing Duncanville over here, they came over here and beat us pretty good, but for a better part of that game, the kids fought. Like I said, we was young last year, but it was a packed gym. You know what I mean? The fans were
Mm-hmm.
able to see Duncanville. We brought them all the way down here to Crowley, Texas. So that just kind of established, oh man, Coach James, like he is really about it, about playing. Like he said, he want to play the best of the best. He want to be
Yep.
one of the top public schools in the country. He's really about it. So I think that kind of helped. even though we didn't have the year that we wanted to have, I think that helped. I think it really did. Shout out to Peavy for doing that. I told him thank you. He thought I was joking. He said, "Man, stop playing, man." But I told him I appreciate that, man. That was big time for him to come do that in my first year over here.
Oh yeah. Well, like you say, Coach, man, this is a shout out, man, to the person that you are, man, that you understand, man. It's something that throughout the years, I don't know if you picked this something, something that you picked up from your pops, man, that life is all about relationships and communication, man. It's all about
Sure.
relationship, in the way you communicate, those words and how, those relationships, man. So no doubt about that. So that's why, like you say, man, people rock with you, man. And that's why, hopefully that's why people, like you say, rock with me, man, because relationships, and what type of person you are, what have you, man. But now, man, I'm gonna tell you one thing that I've always, another thing, man, that I appreciate, always commended and respect about you, man, is that, like you said, Coach, you always, you innovative, you're imaginative, Coach. You always thinking outside the box, and you always thinking big. You don't think small. Because I know when people probably say when you got ODY, man, when y'all was on ESPN, man, you ain't gonna be able, hey, like you say, man, people don't, like I said, we told people, hey, man, I'm bringing Dunkerville over here, whatever. Hey, Dunkerville ain't coming no Crowley, whatever. You
Yeah.
always kind of, like you say, think big, man. And you got to dream and think big, man. You got to think outside the box, man. You got to. I know sometimes the athletic director probably like, man, what's going on, Coach? Crazy, man. I don't know what Coach talking about doing this, that, or whatever. But hey, sometimes people don't think you crazy, man. It's all
Right.
good, Coach. But
Right.
at the end of the day, what your vision is, man. No
Absolutely.
doubt, Coach. Well, hey, man, as you can tell me, I'm having a great time. I hate coming down to the last question, man, but having a great time for my viewers tuning in. On TaylorMade Hoops Coach's Corner, have Coach DeMarqus James, head coach at Crowley High School, on just talking a little bit basketball. Been having a great time. Well, Coach, man, I know y'all about your players and promoting your players. So tell me, who are some TaylorMade picks? Who are some players that these college coaches need to be putting on their radar, Coach?
I'll run down the list. Obviously, our most recruited guy right now is Camden McGilvery from class of 2026. He's a combo guard, 6'1", athletic, long arms, tough, impacts winning at every level on both sides of the floor. He has multiple offers. I think he got about 15, 16 offers, high majors from every conference in the country, SEC, Big 12, ACC. He's highly sought after. So he's obviously at the top because he's the most recruited guy. Then you go back to that 2025 class, next couple of guys that are recruited a lot are the two twins, Salem and Sion Briggs, both 6'4", kind of combo guard / wings. Both games are different, but both can play.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll end up being Division I guys. They got a bunch of junior college offers and some D2 interests and stuff like that. Some D1 interests as well. But I think, with that rule change or with them potentially making NCAA 5 years, being able to play 5 years and them not being able to lose to going JUCO, I think if they do go to the right JUCO, you'll see those guys, at the Division I level here soon.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Joshua Shepard, who was here last year for me. He was here from the previous regime. He's a 6'4", 6'5" sniper, man. He's probably shooting 45% from three. He attempts over 5 threes a game. He is, one of our assistant coaches, JT Durley, calls him a charter kid. And what he means by that is he's gonna be playing where they charter flights, at that next level. You're gonna see that dude, he may end up going a different route, but eventually you're gonna see that dude on ESPN, on CBS, on ABC, because this dude is an elite shooter. Like probably the best shooter. I ain't gonna say probably is the best shooter that I've had the pleasure of coaching.
Mm.
And he's great size and athleticism at 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah.
Like it's legit. He can legit shoot. He made 9 threes against Stony Point in that double overtime game. And he's had 3 or 4 games where he's made 7 or more threes this year in game.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. he may, if we do what I think we can do, what we have the challenge to do, you know, if God blesses us to do that, man, this kid might end up shooting his way or playing his way into something really good because this kid got high major shot making ability. On the move, 1-2 dribble pull up, like he's really good. He's really good. So he's one of them ones that's kind of that diamond in the rough that, you know, people gonna find out about later, man, where he came from. Oh, he played for James, and James always know how to find him. Now he was already over here, man. He's performed. Yeah,
Yeah.
so him, and then you got Braxton James, who is like an elite glue piece for us. He don't get a lot of credit for the things that he does for us to impact winning. He makes so many winning plays on both ends of the floor. He's a 6'2", 6'3" combo guard as well. And he is a high academic kid too. So all you high academic schools out there, you know, he has the GPA. I think he's like a 3.9. He's a high guy, high academic guy. So he is gonna have the ability to go play somewhere as well. I think he's a Division I kid too. I really do. You know, he might not start off that, but you know,
Yeah.
with how the transfer portal thing is, I think he may end up being there too because he does everything, man. He plays with a high motor. You know, he's gonna have to continue to refine his skill set and continue to get strong and all that. He's athletic and continue to adjust to their college game, but he's another one too. And then you have, you know, I keep little guards with me. That's another thing that I got from Pops. Little Jamari Larkin, who was with me at Wyatt, but always lived out here at Crowley. He 5'8", little mighty Mike, little guard that to be in a little guard, elite guard, that he does everything that the elite little guards do. He's about 5'8", but he's on the rim athletically. You know, he's tough. He'll sit down in your pocket, 94 feet. You know, he can score. You know, he was offensive player of the year last year at Wyatt, averaging, you know, over 20 points. So he can put the ball in the basket, and he make plays. He can run a show. So he's gonna
Okay.
have an opportunity to play somewhere next year. He's a 2025 as well. And then I'm gonna go down to my young guys. I got and I think you put him as one of your TaylorMade picks too. Uh, Emmanuel Scott. He's a 2027. Yeah,
Mhm.
6'1", tough bulldog guard, man. From he's born and raised in Philadelphia. So he tough Philly guard, man. He's kind of waiting in that wing, man. He's gonna be next up. Like he playing a role for us right now, but
Mhm.
he's gonna be one of them ones. I think he's gonna make a big jump this spring and summer, and then he'll be ready to step into that role alongside of Cam in that backcourt next year. And then I think he's a Division I guy too, because we had a lot of guys roll through here in the fall, and they all probably about 4 or 5 of them. They all pulled him to the side and talked to him like, man, you know, he
Mm.
got a chance. Yeah, he got a real
Yeah.
chance. Yeah, so he's one of the ones, and then we got you know, KJ Jefferson, little brother, who's the one that's at U of H. His little brother is here. He's a 2027 as well. He's got a chance. He's about 6'2", long, athletic. You know, his best basketball is gonna be ahead of him. And then you know, you just kind of round out the cast with some seniors who may have opportunity to play, but may not want to play. But you got the 6'5", Javion Hubbard, who's like a wing forward for us, who does a lot of the dirty work. You got the White Nettles, Trey Nettles. He's like another little guard. Like I said, I keep a couple little guards with us. He's a big time leader, defender. He's just a winner, man. He does everything to win. And then you got big Jaden Ritchie, big 6'7", big body. You know, I don't know if he wants to play, but he's one of them guys that you go send to one of them JUCOs out in Kansas, and he may come back and end up being a player. You know what I mean? He's a 2025 guy as well. So that just kind of rounds out, you know, that top rotational guys. So as you can see, I probably named off about 10, 11 guys that, you know, with some talent. Got 10, 11 guys with some talent. So you know, we trying to roll them in and roll them out, man.
Oh, no doubt about that, man. It goes back to what you say, man. Hey, when like you said, when you took the job, coach, you know that They already had, players out there, and like you say, people moving out there. Because like you say, that's a nice. To be honest, man, it's nice out there, man. Nice
Yeah.
area. Serious nice out there, coach. So you
Yeah.
know how it go, man. People go move where it's nice and where it's new, man. That's how it go. Nice and new.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
here they come.
Shout out
So
to I know they're a rival school, but North Crowley football won a state championship. So that
yes.
just
Oh
kind of
yeah, shout out to
shows
coach.
you they won it at the highest classification. It kind of shows you that Crowley ISD is on the rise. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
you look at that, and then they kind of put Crowley back on the map, and what Tommy Brackle has been doing over at North Crowley, and Crowley, like I said before, North Crowley opened up, had won a state championship in basketball. This is probably the only district in the state of Texas that has both their high schools won at least one state championship in basketball. So
yeah,
it's always been talent, but it's now growing even more. And the district is growing, the support from admin, all the way from Dr. McFarland, the superintendent, all the way down. They're building us a new school. We got a new arena that's going to be open up here in a year and a half. You got state-of-the-art facilities going up. We're gonna have the only high school indoor track, and I'm advertising right now. We're gonna have the only high school indoor track with the hydraulic systems, all that
yeah,
in the country here in
yeah.
a couple of years in the country. So Crowley ISD is heading into what I kind of call like a golden era of where you're gonna look up here in the next within the next 6, 7, 8 years, man. There's gonna be so much talent that come through here, so many wins, state championship. I'm talking about national level recognition. I think North Crowley football just kind of kicked it off to kind of show everybody what the district is about. And I think, between both schools and all sports, I think we just gonna be on the rise, man. We're gonna be on the rise, man. This is a great situation, man. Crowley is a great situation.
Oh, I could tell, man. I could tell. I could tell, like you say, that you. That's why they hired you, man, because y'all share that same vision. You, your superintendent on down. Probably to your principal, man, that y'all got that vision. And like you say, you always think outside the box, man. And hey, I'm gonna tell you, coach, man. Keep being who you are, man. Like I always tell you, man. Keep being who you are, coach, man. And like you say, let them say that you're crazy and what have you, man. When you come up with some of your thoughts and things that sort, man. Hey, it's all good, baby. It's all good because you know
Sure.
your vision, man. But seriously, coach, man, it was a pleasure having you on, man. And want to tell you, man, tell the family, everybody, man, what's up and all that. Good luck on the rest of your season, coach. But before we go, two things. First thing, coach, go ahead and let everybody know who may want to get in touch with you. Any information that you want to give out as far as contact information, social media, team social media, your personal social media, whatever you want to give out, coach.
Yeah, I'm on every platform: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Coach D James. You can follow me there, and then our team page is Crowley B-Ball. That's on Twitter or X now, and then Crowley Basketball on both Instagram and Facebook. And Instagram is where we do a lot of our deals. We got a pretty good page for Crowley basketball on there, so you can find me any one of those. Just hit me a follow, shoot me a DM if you got any questions on anything.
Okay. Well, man, hey, like I said, it was a pleasure having you on, Coach, man. Hey, good luck on the rest of the season, man. And I'll definitely be out there, man, Saturday, man, to check out that game. Go ahead and let the viewers know, man, because I know you changed the time on the game. It was earlier during the day. What's the time on that game,
Yeah.
Coach?
Crowley versus North Crowley at Wilkerson Grange in Fort Worth. It's kind of a homecoming for me being at the Will. At 6:30 p.m. You got two top 12 teams in 6A in the same district, battling out, both tied for second place. You got a historic program in North Crowley, and you also have some traditional history program in Crowley. You got two really good programs with a lot of talent, man. It should be really good. And the girls varsity play before us actually at 5. So no,
Okay.
it should be good, man. Hopefully everybody can come out and support, man. Let's try to pack that Wilk. If you're a Crowley fan, wear purple.
All
Bleed
right.
purple is the theme. And if you're a North Crowley fan, wear your team's colors, and let's just have a good clean environment, and it's about the kids at the end of the day. And you know, that's who wins and benefit at the end of the day is the kids. So let's come out and support these kids.
All right, no doubt, Coach. Let me ask this, Coach. I do this to everybody, Coach, man. Who had the great pleasure of interviewing today? Who you rocking with, Coach?
Edmond Taylor, TaylorMade Hoops, baby.
Yes, sir, Coach, man. I appreciate you, Coach. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you, man. Always a pleasure, man. I gotta try to. I saw, man. I forgot to ask, man, but I gotta get Cordell on, man, and get your dad on, man. But man,
Yeah, no doubt.
appreciate it, man. Appreciate your time, Coach, man. Good luck on the season, man. And I'll be at the game on Saturday, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Okay, appreciate you, Coach. All right, man. No doubt.
All right, have a good one.
Okay.